What is going on, guys? This is Jagnal back again with another video. Today, we're back with another episode of the Grit 12 Online Dynasty. As you can see, we're looking at Jason Henderson, who had an amazing game last week against Charlotte. I mean, he doesn't show he had a pick, but he did have a pick. He had 5 tackles for loss. Like, he had a pretty good game. Like, his Heisman campaign, or trying to win the whatever linebacker award, he's going for it. But we have a very tough opponent ahead. We are playing Texas, the #1 team in the country. This is going to be pretty tough. I mean, they are a 92 overall. Now, I'll be honest. I'll tell you this right now. I am actually recording this after the fact in terms of my audio because my mic did not record. So we're just doing a little bit of a commentary as it happens. But this is I'll tell you, this game is actually pretty interesting. There are some pretty cool things, so stay tuned. Also, subscribe and like the video if you do like these videos. But yeah, we're going ahead and getting started. They got the whole light show. I think it's also a rain game too, which it's only going to help us out because, you know, the keys of this game. We want to run the ball, limit turnovers, and chew clock. We just want to keep the ball out of the hands of Arch Manning and just try to just milk as much clock as possible. But I mean, Texas is a 92 overall, so it's gonna be really difficult. I'll tell you this intro is actually really sick. I haven't played at Texas yet in 26, and I will say the light shows are pretty cool. Again, there are a lot of things. I think I might make another video on why College Ball 26 just isn't a finished game, but there are some things that I think they did nail pretty well. But as we are about to get into it, so I'm going to be kind of cutting through the plays as we go, but we're about to get the ball kicked off, and I think we're going to be receiving the ball first. So again, the whole point is that we're trying to, the goal is to run the ball, control the clock, and that's kind of like the playbook for any major upset. Like, you really want to try to control the clock, limit turnovers. Now, if you can get turnovers yourself or takeaways, that's great. And as you can see, this little graphic that pops up, quarterback masterclass, I actually think that's really cool. I did not realize that was a thing that pops up. I mean, he had a really good game at 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Let's hope he can keep it up for this season. You will find out. And as you can see, to subscribe if you want. I forgot I put this little graphic up. You don't have to. But as you can see, our first play from scrimmage, it's a run, and we get a first down. I'm like, all right, this is actually pretty solid. I'm feeling a little bit better about how we're doing it right now because, like, I thought that it was gonna be like tough, and I'm like, all right, let's hit him with a RPO. You know, got to keep them honest. And that's the other thing is, like, we want to stretch the field. We want to have them not think that we're just gonna be running the whole time. The thing is that I think the offensive line is just gonna get cooked if we get in obvious passing situations. So really want to limit that. We try to test their DBs early, like, oh, can Lott on the edge? He's not Lott in the slot this time, but Lott on the edge. Can he go for the deep ball? But obviously, those Texas corners are a lot better than Charlotte, seems like. So we really can't test them there. But it's a third and long, 3rd and 8. And as you can see, we are able to get that conversion there through the running back on the angle route, the Texas route, I think that's what they call it. Very clutch. Roche, whatever his name is. He's doing a really good job. And again, look at those running holes. Like, they are giving us, like, the offensive line in terms of run blocking is doing a pretty solid job. And again, we're going to try to hit Lott in the slot. Maybe we'll be able to get him on a slot fade. Actually not. We're running a counter. That was just the stadium pulse that was tricking me up. So again, we're running the ball down the field, like, with ease. And then this is when I realized the only thing that didn't make this an NA+ drive so far is that I forgot to turn on chew clock. So I now turned on chew clock, and yeah, we are totally trying to cheese it. Like, I know turning on chew clock right away is not the most interesting thing, but we're trying to win the game. We had Lott in the slot, and he's able to take an RPO bubble to, again, down to the, I forgot, we can't even see what it is. We're getting into the red zone. We're just outside. I think we're at like the 22. So we're able to just move the ball with ease. I think Texas is kind of stunned right now. They're like, wait, we're just not just destroying them, and I think we're taking advantage of it. So as you can see, this is a really, really solid drive so far. And we're going to hit him with another counter. And as you can see, we get a nice hole, and he's just going to take it all the way to the end zone. First drive, takes it to the house. Oh, you see my cat Simba. He's playing right now. He's having a little bit of the zoomies. But as you he's in the Heisman pose, oh my God. But Texas, I will tell you this. The one thing about Texas's running back, I don't know why I immediately called a timeout. I think it was an injury timeout. But Texas has a pretty solid, pretty solid roster. Like, they're really good. But we are able to force a 3-and-out, and we do get the ball back. I'm like, oh my God, this is huge. Are we able to go up by multiple scores? We hit them again with the RPO bubble, and they just can't stop it. But this is where I'm like, uh-oh, this is kind of a little bit of a struggle, because they did shut down that run. And again, we hit Roche, whatever his name is. I gotta figure it out. We hit him on that angle route. Again, they can't stop it for the time being, which, again, I was actually really shocked there. And look at the time of possession and your average yards per play. We have 8.7 yards per play. That is insane. Again, we're going to keep trying to run the ball. But it does look like Texas is trying to figure it out. Like, they're really starting to shut it down. We hit him with this swing pass. And, again, we're able to just get a first down. And things are looking good. If we can go up by 2 touchdowns, that is going to be huge. Because, again, with 5-minute quarters, that's something that I think we could try to milk. But then, again, the defensive tackles, I think they're starting to get offended. And they're like, all right, we gotta shut it down. And then I try to hit him with this pass. And it was so close to being caught. I'll tell you this, my quarterback, he's kind of mid when it comes to accuracy. And I also realized I totally missed a wide open pass that was going right up the seam, so I was forced to kick a field goal. So this is the first time I'm kicking a field goal with this new bar where it's like clear and stuff. It was actually pretty cool, but I was able to nail the field goal, thankfully, in the rain. So now Texas is having to deal with they're doing all these motion stuff, and I almost got a pick 6 there. And I honestly wished he just caught onto the ball and then got it. Now look what happened to this guy. Look where this guy goes in motion. He's on the field. He's on the sideline. He comes back. I was like, no, what is this? Look, you can see, look at this. EA, what is this? This guy is literally on the sidelines. That is not legal. You cannot do that, Texas. That is not allowed. He literally runs and high fives his friend in the stands and then comes back and tries to catch the ball. That should have been a penalty. How was that not a penalty? Again, what the heck is that? Imagine if he caught that and it didn't give him a penalty. He touched the ball. Regardless, I was pretty flustered by that, and then of course Arch is like, all right, I'm just gonna take it myself and get the first down. So I'm like, all right, this is getting weird. They're starting to get a little crazy here. Again, we're shutting down the run. Now this guy has a platinum shifty, which I'm like, oh my God, this guy could absolutely cook us in space. But fortunately, we're keeping everything in front of us. It's a 3rd and 14. We're so close to getting him off the field. All right, let's get in some good coverage. But as you can see, what happened there? Just went right into the pocket, right between the zones, and was able to cook. My linebacker wasn't deep enough, my safety wasn't close enough, and Arch just absolutely found the guy and cooked us. That was probably the perfect play there. I couldn't really do much. I know some people are saying, oh, well, why shouldn't the linebacker play deeper? Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I should have stemmed it a little bit further. Regardless, we have to stay on track. We cannot get flustered. Again, we're doing these RPOs. I hit him with the spin move, which actually kind of shocked me in real time. Because oh wait, I actually turned on conservative ball carrier, but I guess you can still do spin moves. So I was a little bit weird. And I'm gonna try this corner route, and I was like, wide open, wide the F open, and he just missed the pass. And again, I was like, come on, my quarterback is just kind of rough right now. He's an 80 something overall, but he's just kind of mid when it comes to his accuracy. Putting his points in the wrong place. And then we're at a 2nd and 10. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to chuck this deep. And I don't know what I was thinking. Again, I don't know why I'm trying to do it. Then my running back gets hurt, and this is where things get tough because he is my star running back. He has been the guy that's been bailing us out. So now they come with a blitz, and yeah, they completely cook us. So I had to punt the ball back. I was not going for it there because here's the thing. We do not want to give Texas good field position. So now I'm a little flustered here because I'm like, all right, Texas has already kind of ran the ball, or not ran the ball. They kind of hit us with that big pass. So I'm trying to make sure that they don't cook us deep, but obviously we're starting to give up some of the things underneath. So again, 3rd and 6, we're trying to keep them from getting it, and they do get this another first down here. Again, hit them with the tight end. So, it is what it is. I mean, they're still driving the ball down the field, but there's only 30 seconds left in the half. So I'm like, you know what? As long as they just keep milking clock, I'm actually okay with this. They're not in field goal range yet, and then they hit us with that run play. So now they're obviously in field goal range. but they only have one timeout left, so they hit them with here. We stop them in the middle of before they get to the first down, so that means the clock keeps running. Arch is going here, gets another first down, but I think they use their last timeout here, so now they can't stop the clock if they don't get a first down. So my thing was like, all right, let's just tackle them in bounds. Like, I don't care if we give up a pass, let's just try to tackle them in bounds, and they may not even be able to get this kickoff, and that's exactly what happens. They hit them with it, and they're not able to get the kickoff. So we're going to go into halftime with a lead. At this point, you got to think the entire country is eyeing in on Old Dominion, but it is only a 3-point lead. So, you know, not as... I'm still a little worried about if we'll be able to hold on to it. Again, our offense is kind of stalled out like a lot, but we're going to see if we can stop them here. Again, they hit us with this pretty solid run. Again, this running back is a beast. I mean, he has all the great abilities there. So that's definitely not going to be ideal. The rain is helping us out here. Again, he drops the ball. Again, trying to stop these little motion plays. Hits him up the middle, and there is a flag. And I think that is, yeah, I think that's going to be a holding play, which is actually going to be really huge for us, which means that it's going to bump them back, and it's going to take away that first down. So I thought that was a really solid play. So then, look at this. Okay, so the same thing happens. So now we get a penalty again. I'm like, all right, who is this penalty on? And I'm like, it shows our guys, so it knows it's on us. I'm like, all right, what is this penalty on? So what is this penalty exactly? Defensive holding. What? That was a defensive holding. Regardless, yeah. All right, so as you can see, we get them in a third down, and we're like, oh, they're about to complete this pass. Nope, they drop it, and that is so huge for us because, again, like, that probably would have went for a touchdown if they got it, but, again, super lucky, really glad we did get the ball back. So, again, we're going to be doing this RPO stuff because, again, if they can't really stop it, I'm going to keep going with it. And, again, we run it, and our running back is back in after being injured. He gets a pretty good run. It's 2nd in inches. Again, you can see at the top right, bro is hurting. Bro's on severe. I don't think we see him for the rest of the game. We do get the first down. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's keep milking that clock. We're going to try a little motion. I'm like, all right, cool. And then immediately gets stopped. Like, you saw like a hole, like, oh, maybe we might be able to do something. Nope. So now it's 2nd and 10. And I'm all right, we definitely got to go back to passing the ball. We have to do something. And we're going to try hanging this swing pass again. It was open, but the linebacker immediately, came back after it. So it is now 3rd and long. That's not where we want to be. Again, this is where those edge rushers and pass rush can just absolutely cook. So I'm a little worried here. I'm going to try to hit lot in the slot maybe. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll run for it. Nope, I'm going to fumble it. And then all of a sudden my tight end catch it, breaks a tackle, then gets lit up. But he almost took it for a first down, which would have been crazy. But it almost would have been a disaster. But then I'm thinking, like, do I go for it? But I'm like, all right, I'm going to punt it. I'd rather just, send the ball deep and make them run for it. And this is where, yeah, their running back is, again, he's starting to get a little bit more space. They keep running the ball. And, yeah, there you go. He was able to get another first down. Again, I'm like, oh, boy, this is not looking good. They keep running the ball. They keep breaking tackles, but we did get him here. He only got a few yards, and that ended off the third quarter. So, again, 10 minutes versus 4 minutes and 30 seconds, basically. So we basically doubled up their time of possession. That's how we're in a position where we can actually win this game. They hit us with a little RPO, a little swing pass, and they're able to get quite a few yards. It's now 3rd and 1. I'm like, all right, what are they going to do? Are they going to run the ball? And they are going to run the ball. And this is where this guy just starts cooking. And, yeah, he gets a first down easily. And then I think this is when this guy's Heisman tier. Yeah, bro has Heisman shifty. I'm like, uh-oh. This is not good. So I'm like, I'm like, maybe we could try to hold them to a field goal, but it's just not looking good. Again, they keep handing it off, and they aren't getting like the runs that could have been stopped. They're still getting a few yards. And then this is where, like, this is where Texas just does their thing. Like they break the tackle and they're able to take it in for a touchdown. I mean, it is what it is. You can't stop them. You can only slow them down. So my goal for this drive is I wanted this to be the final drive of the game. Either I lose with the ball or I win and Texas didn't have enough time, because that's the only way. Because I think at this point we're not going to be able to stop Texas, but we want to make sure that we can score and give them as least amount of time as possible. But on this crucial 3rd and long, we finally connect on a deep pass. Again, a great pass. Great catch, clutch. He didn't drop it, which here's the thing. When you're playing with teams that aren't very good, they will drop wide open passes. And then we get a really good rush. This is by our third string running back. You can tell because he's number 47. That's like a fullback. And I was like, all right, he's going to keep it going. And he's able to get it to a 3rd and 1. I'm like, all right, this is a little worrying. So I'm like, what do I do here? And then I noticed that we have halfback direct snap. That is in our playbook. I'm like, this is kind of a money play. Like, this kind of worked really well in College Ball 25. And I'm like, all right, let's just go ahead and try it. So we're going to go ahead and try it with the halfback direct. And although they did kind of stuff it, we were able to get the first down, which is huge. Again, 40 seconds at this point. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take off chew clock so we can at least have enough time. I don't want the time to run out for us. Hit him with a little out route that gives us about 6 yards. Again, just dinking and dunking my way. But the problem is as you are getting closer to the end zone, it's easier to defend because there's less field to worry about. So while we are like moving the ball forward, I'm a little worried that we won't be able to, it's going to be a lot more difficult. We hit him with another halfback direct, and we are able to get, I'm surprised we got that first down. I thought we were short, but hey, we got it. We call our first timeout because, again, at this point, there's, under 30 seconds, so I just want to make sure that we have enough time to score. And we get it right here, and this is where I was like, oh my god, we're about to do it, and no, he drops it, which I was like, that's tough. So 2nd down, I'm like, all right, let's see what else we can do, and I'm like, we'll hit him over here. I try to go for like the home run ball, again, jump pass, or jump ball, and he just can't get it. So now it's 3rd and 10. I'm like, oh, this is not good. I need to get some yards. I need to like put me in a situation where at least I can, get the ball, and I get hit right away, and I'm like, oh no. So it's coming down to this 4th down. This is basically the game, and I'm like debating, like, what do I do? Like, what play do I call? Because this is like the worst case scenario. Like, how do I beat Texas here? Like, what play? Is there a money play that I can call? It's 4th and 10. I mean, I have 2 timeouts, but like the whole point is like I gotta get the first down. Like, that's the goal. Get the first down. Don't need to score right away. And as you can see, the clock is ticking. So I'm like, all right, I really need to figure this out. I think I was like, I'm planning on calling a timeout here because I'm like, yeah, I don't have enough time. So I come out in this play, and I'm like, I do not like how this is set up. So I immediately call a timeout. So I'm like, all right, we got one more chance to get a play call that we like. And again, I'm just like debating, what am I going to do? I really was like, the thing is like, I wanted to make sure I had enough time to pass it. And I came out like way too late, and the play clock was about to expire. I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit this guy. And then I get sacked. So yeah, that's kind of how I end up losing to Texas, which, yeah. So I had a really valiant effort here, but it was definitely disappointing. But I will say the effort that we gave in this game makes me feel promised about the rest of the season. So we did end up losing to Texas. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all are getting an extra game. We're about to showcase a little bit. I'm about to showcase even more to you guys. So as you can see, this is kind of going into a little bit of a recruiting. Now, I'm going to be real. We're just going to go ahead and jump into the next game. I'm going to go ahead and just show it to you now. So we're just going to jump into the next game. We are playing Kentucky. We're trying to not lose 2 straight. We're playing, I was going to say another SEC team, but technically Texas is in the Big 12. Like the commissioner moved them back. But I'm gonna be honest, this game was not very good for me. Like, their quarterback was absolutely slinging it. Like, he made Arch Manning feel like a 2-star recruit because they were cooking us. Like, this is what I thought Texas was gonna do to us. Like, I was like so like, I was so shocked at how this game went. And again, like, I try to QB sneak it on 3rd and 1. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do it again. It's Kentucky, right? Like, yeah, I could probably get that. I gotta get an inch. I need to get an inch. And nah, they shut it down. So I literally, like, at this point, I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to lose. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get cooked by Kentucky. But I did end up scoring, and then I hit him with a deep ball, and I'm able to connect there. That is Lott on the edge. He is back. He had a quiet game last game, but he is back, and he's scoring touchdowns for us. I'm like, okay, cool. But then they hit us with another touchdown. I'm like, all right, this is a little bit worried. I can't really stop their offense. There's not much I can do. And again, hits us again up the middle. Like, the QBs absolutely cooked us. And yeah, that's basically it. We ended up getting blown out by Kentucky. I didn't really have a lot to showcase. Again, like, this was just a little disappointing. But I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm lying to y'all. This isn't a 2-for-1 special. This is a 3-for-1 special. I have another game to show for you, and that is us playing our first online game against Buffalo. And I played this yesterday, and look, the opening kickoff, we get the we like enter, or we knock it out of them and we get the ball, but then I immediately throw a pick. I'm like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. Again, like having a generational crash out here with my gameplay. They hit us with a pretty good pass. This guy is pretty good at playing the game, it seems like, which you know, I think all the people in this dynasty are pretty decent. I think I'm just bad. And as you can see, I'm like, all right, we're gonna throw it here, and he absolutely baits me. Like I couldn't even, like, I was like, all right, this guy, I think I lost this game. Like, this is at this point, I'm like, all right, this game is pretty much over. So they basically take. I was about to literally. I want you guys to realize how upset I was in the situation, and then it gets worse, guys. It's not even like, it gets worse. I could have been up 14-0, and now I'm down 28-0. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So yeah, I'm like, all right, this is like a disaster. So I'm like, all right, game's over. But hey, at least I'm able to get this running play for a touchdown, I guess. But yeah, I'm like completely like shocked by how this game is going. And again, the dude just keeps like cooking me. Like, my defense is getting absolutely shredded. I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. And I get a nice play here. Imagine, like, if the game wasn't over, I'm like, it would have been pretty cool. I'm like, all right, at this point, I'm like, I have nothing to lose. I'm just going to keep onside kicking. And I am actually able to get that onside kick, which is pretty cool. And then I'm like, okay, let's see. Can we hit Lot in the slot? Is Lot in the slot going to be open? Yes, he is. Is that Lot? I don't know. He threw that ball in the end zone. But yeah, and then I'm like, okay, they're still playing, and they're gonna dominate. And this is where, like, it just gets even more stupid. Like, what is this fumble? What is this? And this happens, and he takes it all the way for the touchdown. And I'm like, okay. And then this is where we get to the icing on the cake. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna throw it. And I get hit, throws it right to the guy, and he's going to take it for another touchdown. So I got absolutely destroyed. I got absolutely destroyed in this game. So we're running a 3-game losing streak. To be honest, this series is not going well for us. Let me know your thoughts on this game, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this series. Let me know if you want to see more of it. The last video didn't do well in terms of views, I'm going to be real. But I still enjoyed making it. If you do like it, that's cool, but let me know your thoughts. But yeah, we got absolutely cooked. I gave you just watch me lose 3 games in a row. So yeah, not selectively editing over here. But I think that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this video, this series. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you have a great rest of your day. But other than that, this has been Jagnal, and I will see you guys next time.